live streaming. There's quite a few people
What is
live
a
streaming
full moon and what is
tonight.
a new moon on your model?
Probably like a magnetic cycle, and just like the center of a ferrocell cell image of a magnet.
You've got to stop this
It's
going.
probably like a magnetic cycle, just like the center of a Flerfs spiral. Image of a magnet, it's just black in the middle. It's actually pure inertia, not just a little. In the Flerfs image of a magnet, it actually goes into its inertial state, then charges back up. Quickly spaced, you see it charge up and take its place. Oh shucks, ain't that so? That's how moon phases work, fam. Pass the dresser. In the magnet's heart, centrifugal divergence flies, centripetal convergence pulls. Defying all science, etheric whispers sing, light and shadow blend, magnetic cycles spin, where physics seems to end. In the Flerfs image of a magnet, it actually goes into its inertial state, then charges back up. It becomes like etherically displaced. Belly on up to the Wixit word salad buffet. Who has light vinaigrettes? It's behind the Jugger Ranch.
And charges back up.
Windows open. Oh, that's terrible, bro.
I know. I'm just putting the Starlink up there. That's important, isn't it?
We're living on a disk, floating through space, with a tiny sun.
Hey, I'm FTFE. Welcome back to the channel that does to stupidity what Elon Musk is doing to all of my streams. I have discovered the root of the buffering in my streams. Basically, there's a fair use policy with Starlink because it's a finite service. And I keep going over that fair use policy by streaming and uploading and stuff. So I asked if I could upgrade my service to priority, but apparently the capacity is not enough as there is not enough satellites in orbit around me. So I literally cannot fix the buffering, which means I will probably be ditching Starlink and trying something else. It was a good try, Musk, but you fucking failed. Stick to getting us to Mars, screw the internet, you suck at it. Right, tonight, guys, we are going to be talking to someone who will no longer be a flat earther very, very soon. We're going to explain to him exactly why everything he's been thinking about the Earth is wrong, and we're going to help him sort out the misunderstandings that he has. Here we have live from his last tour with Steps, facts. It was Steps you're in, right? Or was it S Club 7? It was one of the two. Are you there? Has he just left?
Yeah.
Yeah, there you are. You look shocked, Facts. What's going on?
I'm still. I'm trying to mute my. Oh my god.
I can hear you.
Yeah, and I was trying to delete So right, hang on. Yeah, I was
can't-
trying to.
You
I
can't
think
delete
I've
me
got
by
one of the
clicking on my
YouTube
face.
channels
That
open.
doesn't work. You can't click me by clicking on. You can't delete me by clicking on my face. I'm a real person.
Why is it? Yeah, I don't know. No, there's a perfect picture of me at the top, but then it's all like 90s, 80s. It looks really terrible picture. We both look like.
No, I think that's maybe Elon Musk limiting the amount of bandwidth that I'm allowed. Who knows? But you look fine on mine. Don't worry. Yeah.
I don't know. I worked out what your thing is, Craig. It's just a big. You know what those pebbles are, where you put a SIM card in it, and you can just carry it anywhere, and you can connect your phone to it. That's all you've got. Just a bigger version of that.
Well, the mobile signal here is crap. I literally really struggle to get any mobile internet at all here. The broadband is rubbish because we weren't connected to anything, and the Starlink is okay but spotty because there's not as many satellites going around here. So I'm just kind of screwed. Ash G. Alex became a new member. Thank you very much. Welcome to Scrappers. Then PJ, $5 says, I say he won't be here at 12:30, at 10:30. If he is, I'll donate another $5. And then you turned up, so I got another $5. Yeah.
Happy days.
Yeah. I'll be there in half an hour, and then 45 minutes later.
Yeah, I know. I'm not great with timing.
Yeah, no, I know. Yeah, see, I'm ex-military, and for me, if you're not 15 minutes early, you're fucking late. Okay?
Oh shit.
Like, if we're like getting ready to go somewhere, like, and my wife's not being fast enough, I panic. You know, but
Oh yeah. One of them.
right.
Yeah.
So tonight, you apparently have questions about that dihydrogen monoxide stuff.
Yeah, H2O and H3O, and I've misplaced my diary. No, there it is. Yeah, yeah, with a pen. Yeah. Basically.
No pedantic, you're right. Satellite internet doesn't scale well. It's a finite resource, and even 6,000 satellites apparently isn't enough to allow me to even stream in 1080p. So,
Yeah, but Craig, satellites. Don't you think? Why have we still got wires? Why is everything?
but I don't have wires. That's the thing.
No, we do. All the
but I
internet
don't.
goes under the sea. It's
No, mine doesn't,
hardwired.
though. Mine's not.
Everything's-
Mine's a satellite dish in my back garden that I installed. I'm not connected to any underground wires at all.
Yeah, that's just like a mobile pebble. That's what I'm.
No,
like,
it's not. It's a
SIM card
satellite
in it.
dish. It's
Yeah,
literally
but
a
it
receiver
doesn't
for
matter what
satellites.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what it looks like. They're just.
But it couldn't be for mobile signal because I don't get like literally any mobile internet signal around here at all. So
No, you know what I'm talking about though. Those, you know, you can.
I know what you mean. Yeah, but I don't. You know, the fact is that I don't get mobile internet here. It's crap. So I use that instead.
What? And it's just for internet. You can't. Like,
yeah.
Well, that's just for internet as well. That's that thing. I swear, all you've got is a bigger pebble, like what's called a pebble.
No, I've got an antenna. It's a massive receiver. It's attached to a pole in my back garden, and I drilled a hole through my window frame over there so that I could run the wire from the antenna to my router, which is over there. I've got no cables connected to anything underground, and it's a massive antenna in my garden. So yeah.
Yeah, which is the same thing. You can get those pebbles that you can put.
Well, yeah, but those pebbles
in.
are connected to a wireless, a mobile internet. And where I am here in Scotland, my mobile internet is really, really bad. I can't even get like 1 meg of upload. So
you did just say that.
Yeah, it couldn't be that. The Turtle Moves for £2 says, for the Feed the Hamsters fund, Elon is a meanie. Yeah, I know. The Elon Musk, dude, forget the internet shit. Just concentrate on getting us to Mars because you're kind of doing okay with that right now, okay? Bud, cheers. I know you're watching.
Craig, how's he doing all right with getting people to Mars? Don't you get the con that they've done it to my parents, your parents, they've done it to us. Now
SpaceX was only formed recently. It's nothing to do with NASA. And he's literally kind of doing the stuff that he said he would. You know,
No, he's not.
He's put massive towers of steel that, you know, the biggest things to ever fly into space and back. You know, and you know he's got a timeline, whether he sticks to it or not. But the timeline is relatively close. All right, 2 years to have unmanned missions to Mars and 4 years to have a manned missions to Mars. Now that's quite a close thing, right? And if he doesn't do that very specific thing, then he's probably going to lose a lot of money from his shareholders and stuff. The thing is, you have to understand, Elon Musk is a egomaniacal, psychopathic, evil villain, right? And he wants to be the ruler of Mars. So he's going to make that happen.
Look, Craig, don't you get it even Jaron made a bet when they said that whether it was Elon Musk or whoever else that was going to go to Mars.
It was for the private trip to go around the moon and back.
That's right.
Which was delayed because of the delays to the program. However, yesterday, or in the past couple of days, they've sent people up further than anyone's been for over 50 years. More than 3 times higher than the ISS, the Polaris Dawn mission. Went up to 1,400 kilometers above the surface of the Earth, and civilians did spacewalks.
Okay. And did anyone get a photo of Earth to prove the shape of it?
Lots of them, actually.
Show me one then.
Cool. What I'll do is I will bring up my X, because I've been posting it on there.
And this is not a composite image. This is
no. It's a video. Well, it's a screenshot from a video that they recorded while they were up there. So that's the wrong one. Space 3. Okay, so it's triggering the Flerfs, which is quite funny. All right. All right, go home.
What are they meant to be? Them silly ball things there.
Okay, right. So this is. Let me put it up large so you can see it.
What the?
I know what you're going to say, and I'm already prepared. Right. So this is a screenshot from the video. As you can see, it was on my phone. A screenshot from the video, and this is a video of them at their apogee, which is the peak of where they were going. Right.
What's apogee? Mate?
It's the top, the very top of their orbit, the highest point that they were at. Okay.
Okay.
So this is a picture from 1,400 kilometers above the surface of the Earth. Right.
Right. What's that white thing? What's that white thing with the red bits on it?
This here.
Before, in front of the Earth, the round white thing with the black antennae coming out the top of it, or whatever.
That's a shot of the bit where they came out to do the spacewalks.
So they've come out.
That's handrails. What you're seeing there is handrails, right?
Handrails. So you're telling me that someone is out in space, with a camera taking a picture of that.
Well, no, this is a camera mounted on the side of what they're in. This is a camera like So if I get the video up. To show you for this.
Absolutely no way.
Polaris Dawn apogee. Right,
it's out. Okay.
You've soared to over 1,400.
Right, so yeah, it's a screenshot from this video. So this is at the apogee, of the highest that they're going. And this is the point where people came out and did their spacewalk, which there's another video of, right? But this is what I've taken a screenshot of. So this is the video recording the point where they are. They at 11 o'clock this morning, I think they did it actually for us. This is the the bit where they climbed out and did a spacewalk, right? So what's your thoughts on this?
Well, it doesn't look like a sphere.
Okay, that is exactly what everyone has said. Now, see this picture? Right?
Yeah.
This is of a football on my lap. Does this look like a sphere to you?
No.
Right? Watch this video. See, right? Football, sphere.
It's just the angle, it's just the angle.
And then we get it down really close. Boom. That is the exact same shape as that. Exactly what we expect to see at that height and that angle. All right.
Is it the angle or is it more the camera?
Well, no, it's not. I've just showed you it's not the camera because this is just the camera from my S24 Ultra, my phone. Right?
Yeah.
It's not a special camera. It's not fisheye or anything. And you can see that it's a proper football. It's a sphere. Right? But when you're up close, you see that perfect egg-looking, like watermelon type shape that you also have in this. So it's just showing that because you're only seeing a tiny portion of the Earth from a weird angle. And what you kind of have to remember is that camera sensors, right? If you're looking at your phone, okay, your camera sensors are flat. All right, they're not circular. The sensors inside this lens are flat, which means that when you have images like this, which are trying to display a 3D representation on a 2D screen from a 2D sensor, it's going to make it appear distorted and flat just because you can't really represent a 3D image in 2D, if you understand what I mean, right?
What's that light above? What is that meant to be? The sun? Then,
that's that's the sun off in the distance.
Is there any way you can show the sun?
I don't think they tilted the camera up to see the sun. I mean, if we scrub through the video, I mean, it looks like they're getting further away from where it was. Now that appears to be, this point here, the closest to seeing the sun on the screen. But obviously, it's just up a bit. You can see where it's like reflecting off of the surface of the Earth and everything.
And how far up is this?
1,400 kilometers. About 900 miles, I think. Computer, how many miles is 1,400 kilometers? 870 miles.
Okay. And does it? Did they catch the Earth doing a whole revolution, or?
Well, they were orbiting the Earth at about 20,000 miles an hour. So, whilst they were up here, they would have gone around the Earth once in about 45 minutes. I don't think
20,000 miles an hour.
Yeah, you have to be, if you're up this high, that's how fast you have to be traveling to stay in orbit. Now let's have a look at.
And what's making them go 20,000 miles an hour?
Conservation of momentum. They accelerated up to that speed.
How? What?
With thrusters.
Thrusters.
Yeah.
And how can you get something to go? What engine goes 20,000 miles an hour?
The big thrusters on the Super Heavy and the Starship and what they're in. The thing is, when there's no resistance, which there isn't in space, as long as you keep accelerating, you can keep going faster and faster and faster. Right? So this is looking up into the hatch before they did their spacewalk. And here they are climbing up out of the hatch. Seeing the curvature of the Earth from their perspective as they walk out of the hatch in space.
I mean, it does marry up.
Let me take it forward a bit. So here we are. Here he is. Then the reason they're doing this is because they're testing these new spacesuits. You see how thin they are, right? These are the newly designed spacesuits by SpaceX. And the entire point of this mission was to test these spacesuits. And look at it. This is a civilian, facts. This is a civilian in space. Not just in space, but 3 times higher than the ISS. Higher than anybody's been for 50 years. And not only that, but he's outside. He's
and how much does it cost?
Well, it costs a lot. Every launch costs Elon Musk millions of dollars.
In what, fuel?
Yeah, fuel. Just the design, research cost. Most of the money will go on fuel. But the crew of this mission was one billionaire. 2 of them were just SpaceX employees, and I can't remember what the fourth guy was. But they're all just complete civilians, no real special training or anything. And boom, here they are in space. Amazing, right? Look at that.
I'm trying to put it in the perspective of the size of the man, the size of the rocket, rocket, how far the camera's back, and the size of the Earth as 2,000. You know,
Well, they're like 800 miles, 900 miles ish above the surface of the Earth. So they're probably, this image in front of them is probably about 1/8 of the surface of the Earth. And you can see how fast they're moving. You know, look at this isn't just clouds you're seeing, right? That's entire weather systems that they're seeing. You know, and look how fast they're moving relative to them, because they're orbiting at like 20,000 miles an hour, man. That's how fast they're going relative to the surface of the Earth. But because there's no air or anything in space, you know, and speed is relative. And look at this. This is a civilian walking into space.
If there's no air in space, what propulsion system are they using?
Thrusters.
Which runs on?
I'm not sure of the fuel composition, but you don't need. Here's the thing: jet engines and thrusters and that, they don't push off of air. Pushing off of air is actually an impossible thing to do, because it would just go to the push the air to the next bit, which would go to the next bit to the next. There'd be no resistance, right? Thrusters and jet engines don't work by pushing off of air. They work by creating an explosion inside of a chamber and forcing that explosion out of a small chamber. And what that does is that creates a force on the inside of the chamber, pushing it another way. It's like, imagine if you were in space and you just let a grenade go next to you. It would push you away, right?
Yeah.
It's the same thing. There's no air. You don't need air for that to happen.
But what's it pushing?
It's pushing against itself is the thing, right? It is.
No.
There is imagine a chamber, right, inside the rocket, right, and inside that chamber there's an explosion, right. So that explosion is creating pressure against the inside of that chamber. But then you put a hole in that chamber, allowing the explosion to go out one way, and that creates a force on the inside of the chamber the other way. So it doesn't push on anything outside. It's about what's going on inside the combustion chamber, and then the shape of the exhaust, which can change it from going slightly a slow explosion to going a lot faster, and it can create then more thrust, because the inside of the rocket. But there's no pushing against anything that's outside. This is why jet engines and jet planes work better when they're higher up. Even though there's less air up there, the higher up a jet engine goes, the more efficient its engine is, because there's actually less resistance to stop it. So that's what an important thing to understand.
Makes sense.
Look at this. This is another guy. This is the second person going out, testing their suit. It's mind blowing. Yeah.
Okay then. So where's the sun and where are the stars? They're obviously going to be my next question.
Okay, right. Well, if you look at on this bit, you can see just there where there's that bit of the Earth, right? And then there's this darkness there. That means that the sun would be relative to this somewhere over here. Let's say that cabinet there would be relatively where the sun is for this picture. Now, there's no stars because it's exposed enough to let you see the Earth and the whiteness of the astronaut and what they're coming out of. If it was, if they changed the exposure level so that you could see the stars, everything else would just be washed out. It would be just blinding. You wouldn't be able to see them. It would just be a white mess. So you have to lower the amount of light that is coming into the sensor so that you see the things that you want to. If you increase the amount of light that's coming into the sensor so you can see the stars, the astronaut, you wouldn't be able to see them. They'd just be a white mess.
Yeah, but aren't the stars are always up in the sky, aren't they?
And then they're there, but the sensor can't see them right now because it's not letting enough light into the sensor. And obviously the light from the stars is very, very dim. So
would they be able to see the stars?
Possibly. Yeah, I mean, probably. They would probably be able to see the stars It would
No,
look
but
very
they can't be
different to
properly.
them.
If we can see them from Earth and they're up there, they must be able to see the stars.
Yeah, they could see the stars. I don't doubt that from that position they can see the stars. But the camera can't. The camera can't because the camera is focused on seeing the astronaut testing this suit. And to do that, they need to lower the amount of light that's coming into the camera so that they can make out the details on the astronaut. And that means that the low amount of light from the stars isn't enough for the sensors to pick up.
So is it because there's less atmosphere, that's why the camera won't pick up the stars?
No, it's more to do with the amount of light that's coming into the lens. You know, when we're just looking out at the night sky, we're receiving quite a lot of light into our eyes. You know, and if we were to look at, you know, a bright screen after looking at the night sky, it would hurt our eyes. It would be too bright. We'd have to take time for our eyes to adjust to be able to see that bright screen again, you know? And then if we looked at that bright screen and then looked in the sky, for a minute we wouldn't be able to see the stars until our eyes adjusted to the lower amount of light and let more light in. Yeah, that's exactly what a camera's doing. It's adjusting the amount of light that comes in so that you can pick up the details that you need to at the time.
So when we're on Earth, we can see the sun and the moon at the same time in the day and at night.
Yeah, sometimes. Well, you can't see the sun at night because it would.
All right. Sorry. In the day, you can see the sun and the moon, and at night you can see the moon.
Yeah.
So if they're 800 miles or 1,800 kilometers away from the Earth, whatever direction they've gone in, the sun's either going to be to the left of them and the moon to the right of them, or... Well,
not necessarily. You got to remember that the moon orbits the Earth, and the plane of the orbit shifts slightly all the time. I mean, let's look at... Try and figure this out. So this was about 11 o'clock this morning for us, right? Which would have been... So
it's difficult.
What we're looking at here is somewhere that's just coming in tonight. So I would say this was probably more like over probably Russia towards China area, which would have meant at this point the sun would have been down, like literally down diagonally left to where they are. I'm not sure where the moon is at the moment, but you know doesn't mean that they would definitely see the moon.
Right.
In fact, we could actually model this out if we get up solar system scope and try and get that particular bit. We could probably see.
Look, if that's Earth and that's the sun and that's the moon, if they went left, right, up, or down, or forward or backwards on the sphere, whatever way they took off. Like, you'd imagine they're not going to take off from the bottom because
they took off from like Florida, didn't they?
Okay, so
but
they always take off from Florida because that's, for whatever reason, seems to be the most popular launch place. Yeah, so I presume Florida is going to, because in that picture the sun looked above them to their left as we looked at the photo on that video, the first bit you showed me, where you saw the Earth that looked like the football on your lap. The sun was to the top left. So what I'm saying is, like, surely they'd have like a picture where they could have got the camera and took a video of the sun, like the whole shape of the sun. That's not
why they're up there, though. Here's a big thing you got to understand. They don't care about that. The cameras, they don't control where the cameras are looking. The cameras are set to look at specific things so that they can watch certain things happening. These guys know the Earth is a globe and space is real and the sun and the moon is there because they've just put stuff in space. So they really don't care about looking around to check for specific reasons to watch what is happening. And
what are they watching then?
The astronauts doing the spacewalk. That's the entire point of this mission, is to watch that spacewalk. And if you watch this as I scrub through it, you can see as they're orbiting above the Earth, and this is the day bit, and then it gets to the night bit as they're going over. There it goes off to the side. So right now, at this point, this, whichever one this is, he's like completely on the night side of Earth. So the sun would probably like literally be on the other side of the Earth to him right now.
Yeah, okay, but you'd still be able to see it because it's 93 million miles away.
Well, no, because they're still very close to the Earth, and the Earth is in the way. The sun is the other side of the Earth, right? So if I like, this is obviously the Earth. The sun is behind me there, but they are this Star Trek Delta on top, and it's over here. They're not gonna be able to see the Earth, the sun, because the Earth's in the way. And even though they're literally about that high above the Earth.
Yeah, but where you've held that the sun was above them to your right, or as you look at the screen
sun's
to
over
the
there.
left. Yeah,
and if they're here, the Earth's in the way. But how are they going to see it? Look, this is them on the Earth here, and you can't see that, and the camera is the sun. So the sun can't see them, so they can't see it because the Earth is in the way.
No, because when you showed me the first bit, and it looked like the ball, like no one said it looked like a sphere. The sun was shining down. There was like So
because they were at a different position, but they won't be able to see that all the time. They could just see it at this point because they were at a point where they can see it. But there's going to be a point where the entire Earth is in the way. If what they can see when they're looking down on the Earth is darkness, that's because the sun is the other side of the Earth. And you can't see through the Earth.
I'm not disputing that, but look, are you honestly trying to tell me the most important thing to mankind and humanity, the life-giving source, the sun, and the other thing, the moon, allegedly in your globe model, that creates tides on the Earth, they aren't, and that they've landed on, and they had so much interest in it back then. They don't want to take a photo of the sun and the moon from this.
Why would they? They know what the sun and the moon look like. They don't need to take photos of it. The camera, they don't have control of the camera. The camera is looking at this. It's there. It's installed to look at this. That's why they're up there. They don't care about getting pretty pictures. That is not the purpose of the mission. They have zero interest in that. How long are they up there for? They're still up there now.
They're still up there now. So it's not like it was a rush mission and they was there for an hour and they've come back.
No, but again, it's not like they are holding the cameras. The cameras are installed in physical places to watch things happening. That's it. And here's the thing. They have cameras inside the capsule and they've actually been taking loads of pictures and posting it all over social media. So there is lots of pretty pictures that are taken inside of the capsule where you can see the moon, you can see the sun, you can see clouds, you can see everything. But with this particular camera, you couldn't.
Okay, so I'll have... What channel do I have to look at to look at these pretty pictures?
Just Google Polaris Dawn images and you'll find hundreds and thousands.
What's it called? Polaris.
Polaris Dawn.
Polaris.
Oops, wrong one.
Dawn. Images. Okay. Because the thing is, why haven't they got the cameras on a 360-degree swivel, the outside
because they don't care about doing that. Again, I just explained. The cameras are there to look at the astronauts coming out of the hatch, testing the suits. That's it. That's what they're there for. They're not there to put a camera on a swivel and look at everything. That's not the purpose of the mission.
Okay. This is another thing. Polaris, isn't that the name of... isn't that the name of that star?
It's the name of the North Star, yeah. And they happen to name this Polaris Dawn. It's just a nice name.
And all the other planets, they're all named after gods, Craig. Greek or Roman gods.
People named them stuff. Who
Every
cares?
single one of them.
I'll tell you what, you can name the planets whatever you want. Let's rename the planets together, okay? Let's name Mercury Bob. Let's name Venus Dave. Let's name Earth Fred. Let's name Mars, I don't know, let's name it Michael. You can name Jupiter. What would you like to rename Jupiter?
What I want to do is I want to know why every single thing is related to God.
Because big things in sky. Really pretty. Oh, let's name it after a god. Cool.
And
it's a
the
cool
missions,
name.
all the spaceships you've sent up there.
Yeah, because Apollo flew to the sun. So, we'll do that as well.
Yeah, see, but this is what I'm saying. You.
What would you name the missions?
Right. See, this is the thing that I wanted to go back to. You say that the education system is unbiased and it's not been infiltrated, in my words, by a group of families that have basically forced people to buy into this model that you and McToon are backing. Yeah.
No. For instance, the Scottish education, the syllabus is decided by a group of bodies within the Scottish education system that includes consultation with parents across multiple regions, and has no reference or relevance to anything Rothschild or anything like that. The Scottish education system and the syllabus is designed and created by the Scottish people.
Yeah, but it's too late for that because it's all taken from the Rothschilds and Rockefellers. And there's
Rothschilds and
other families,
Rockefellers don't decide that 1 + 1 = 2, and that calculus works. They don't decide what geography is or how science is done. Again, those things are just how they work, and this education is just designed to help you figure these things out.
Okay, they were the ones that put it in the curriculum. So
But
even
they're not.
though
That's a conspiracy theory, dude.
No, it isn't.
It is. No, hold on, dude. You need to understand.
I've got videos.
I've got videos. Here's the thing. Those videos are made by other conspiracy theorists. Facts.
No,
you need to drop this conspiracy nonsense, believing that the world is controlled by a couple of families. Rothschild have nothing to do with the education system, at least in the UK. All right, every part of the education system in the UK is designed and created by the people of the UK, and the Rothschilds don't decide what science is. Science has been designed for years before that. Rothschilds don't decide what English language and English literature and how to study music and theatre and stuff. The Rothschilds aren't anything to do with the fact that my son is now studying to be a chef at college. That's nothing to do with the Rothschild. This is just a conspiracy theory, and I don't really mean to you, right? But this is coming from the reason you say things like this is because you've not done higher education like me. You would understand that it's not controlled. It is there to make you think outside the box. You are given the tools and the abilities to think for yourself.
That's not
That's
true,
what
buddy.
educate. No,
that's not true.
You don't get to say it's not true, buddy, because I'm the one. I've not just gone for university once. I've done it twice.
Yeah.
I went and got 2 degrees, and those degrees gave me the ability and the tools to think for myself and solve problems.
But what you were studying, the books that you were studying from, have all been vetted, and you're only really allowed
vetted by who?
By the families that introduced the education system.
That's
in
just
America
there's no
to
evidence
start
of that. There is zero evidence that the books that I studied with were vetted by these families. That's not the case.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying the origins, right? So you've got MIT, you've got Yale, you've got Harvard.
They're just institutions in America. The American education system has nothing to do with the education system in the UK. They're not connected.
The Massachusetts Institution of Technology.
The Massachusetts Institute of Technology. Yes, that's just a university. Well, it's not technically a university. It's kind of a trade school, I think. But but you get degrees there and stuff. But it's not. There's nothing.
It's an institution.
Yeah, that's just the name of a thing. That's it. But it's nothing to do with Rothschild. Rothschilds didn't set that up. They didn't control it. They don't decide it. And in fact, again, the syllabus for that place is revised and updated by the people that work there, and the people around it. Yeah, it's not controlled by a singular body.
Right, but then you'll have to start looking into who does the funding, who funds
big rich people. They what they do is they hold here's what they do. What they do is they hold fundraising nights, okay, where they get the smart people at the university to schmooze with the people, the rich people of the community, and go, look, this is what I'm studying. Would you like to put money towards our institute to help that happen? And the rich people go, oh, that's lovely. Here's a big check. That's it. But they don't decide. They don't decide what's in the syllabus, though. That's the thing. Craig, they just give money.
No, look, it doesn't. You know how it works, yeah. Like I know a few rich people, and they don't give money away. They only
They do.
Like they do if it's they tax deductible and they can get it back.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. That's
don't-
why they do it, because donations are tax deductible. All right.
Yeah, but not some of this is more than donation money. Some of this is ridiculous amounts of money that will go into like funding big pharma. So they'll get like
No, that's
Yale
nothing
or
to do with
Harvard.
education. The
is,
fundings
it
that are
is.
literally the funding is literally for the institutions and the education facilities,
All right.
so that they're able to educate. Facts, right?
Yeah.
You need to listen to me, buddy. This Rothschild nonsense is a conspiracy theory that you have bought
It's not.
hook, line. No, it is. Right? It 100% is. Dude,
I should have said
again,
it.
all you're going to do
It's
is
them
you're going to show me a video that's made by other conspiracy theorists. All right, I promise
Yeah, but
you,
of them-
it is a conspiracy theory. Rothschild do not
How's it a
control
conspiracy if it's
because
them
it's
saying
not
it?
true. Because that is
How's it
probably
a
not even them
conspiracy?
saying they don't
Craig,
control anything.
It's got a picture of them, a mission statement by them.
Yeah,
signed
anyone
by
can
them.
write anything, dude. Have you got any evidence that that's real, or is it just something you saw on a conspiracy theorist video?
I've got that it's real enough to make it into a medical encyclopedia and still be in there.
Can you show me it?
It's real.
It's
It's real enough to be in the Collins dictionary.
Here's the thing.
It's
Please
real enough.
listen. Give me, dude. Right. Back in the
I
time,
will. I should've-
Rothschild
I should've-
were rich people that also
Yeah.
gave money to fund education, right? But they never
They did.
controlled what was in education. They never decided the syllabus, and that even if there was anything like that back then, it doesn't happen now. The fact that syllabuses get updated all of the time to reflect new information that we have learned and want to educate on is evidence of that. All right, you have to listen to me here. Is a conspiracy theory, right? And I can prove it to you because I can go to a university in China and learn the same things and come away with the same knowledge as what I would get by studying in Napier University in Edinburgh, which I did. Right? If I wanted to study nuclear engineering, I could go to China, I could go to South Korea, I could go to Japan, I could go to Russia, I could go to America, I could go to anywhere, and I would get the same information about nuclear engineering. And the reason for that is because that is how nuclear engineering is done. Not because there's a single person controlling all of the stuff, but because that is how to teach it and how to do it.
No, see, you've just proved my point. That's teaching, yeah? You just said thinking outside the box. That's not thinking outside the box.
You
That's
are
being
taught
kept
to
in the
think
box.
outside the box. Again, higher education is there to help you think outside of the box. It gives you the tools to do that, right? You don't just do exams. You don't just copy and paste.
I know.
You have to show that you can apply your knowledge and solve problems and do things, right? As an engineer in the military, it was my entire job to think outside of the box in case bad shit happened, right?
That's the military. That's slightly different.
But it was the
from
military that
education.
made me get that degree. They told me that to do that
Okay, so
job,
like
I had to go and
right.
get that degree, and then they funded that degree for me.
Okay.
Right? And that's
Right,
the thing.
look,
And that's the
thinking
point,
outside
right?
the-
Give me 1 sec, right?
Right.
And that's the point, Max, is that anywhere in the world that I would go to study nuclear engineering would give me the same tools, the same abilities,
Okay.
the same knowledge.
Right.
It's not controlled
Let
by a
me
single
reply-
person. It's because that's how it's done.
Right, let me respond to that then. You say it's not controlled by a single person, governing body or organisation.
No.
You say that you're getting taught how to think outside the box. Yet the end result is what I'm saying, that you're kept in a box and not allowed to think for yourself because you all learn the same information. If you was thinking outside the box and critically thinking and using logic, each university would study a separate bit of nuclear fusion, nuclear
What?
this, nuclear that.
No,
Yeah,
you need to learn the
yeah,
whole
you
thing.
would.
You need to learn the whole thing. You can't. You don't go to multiple universities to learn different bits. You have to learn. You go to one university and learn the entire thing.
Yes, but that's not thinking outside
But
the
it
box.
is.
That's,
They give
no,
you
it
the
isn't.
tools to think outside of the box. That's what they train you to do. You're not being
But
put in a box. You only do this. You're being told, right, this is how nuclear engineering works. This is how the mechanics and the physics and the science works. You have the tools. Think. Solve a problem. And you don't. There's no rigid box that you stay inside.
What
you have to think outside of the boxes that they tell. No,
what you
I am
just said.
facts. No, you are not listening.
Wait,
you are taught
please.
to facts. You are taught to think outside the box. You are given the
Repeat
tools.
what you just said before that.
You are given the tools and the ability to think outside of the box. You get the knowledge that allows you to do the things to think outside of the box. The tools, the knowledge, the ability to think outside of the box. That is what higher education is. You're not going to just whitewash and ignore that fact. All right? I'm trying to help you here, and you have to understand. I have done it twice. I am telling you right now, you are wrong about education, and you just need to accept that fact, and it will make your life better. You have fallen. No, let me finish. I'm going to rant at you because you need to hear this. All right?
Well, hurry up and let me respond.
No, you need to listen. And just accept this as a fact. This isn't a debate and an argument. I am telling you a fact. You are wrong. No, let me finish. Please let me finish. Yeah, but you need to... This part is me telling you something, all right? This is just something you need to accept.
It doesn't make it right.
No, it is right. It is right, and you need to accept it as fact. You are wrong about what education is.
Did you...
Right? Facts. Please, let me finish my sentence, buddy. Once I'm done, you can respond, but you need to listen and pay attention to this. You are wrong about education. You are wrong about what education is for, and you are wrong about how education is controlled. I know this because I did the education. This isn't a debate. This is me telling you a fact that you need to accept. Okay?
Which is the fact? Apart from you telling me I'm wrong, tell me the fact then. Right, this is what you just said. You just said you go to the education place, the college or university, and you get taught nuclear, how nuclear energy, nuclear fusion, whatever it might be, anything to do with the course you're taking. And you said you can go anywhere on Earth and to any college or university and get taught the same thing.
Yes, because that's how it works.
How is that critical thinking? How is that thinking outside the box? If
because
you're all
each of those
the same thing.
Because each of those you're learning. No, you're learning the same thing because that's how nuclear engineering works. And if you don't learn those things, you can't do nuclear engineering. But each of those facilities will give you the tools to think outside of the box within the realms of nuclear engineering, right? You're not going there for other things.
Such as?
You are going there for...
Such as?
Let me finish what I'm saying.
Let
me finish what I'm saying.
You've got to give me an example. You can't just say...
You need to let me finish what I'm saying. And then
you can... Give an example
facts,
without moving on to something else.
I'm not moving on to something else.
Well, give me an example then.
Yeah. You are...
So we're all learning the same stuff.
Facts. Please let me finish the sentence, buddy. Please. Okay?
I have.
No, but I was talking then. You kept interrupting me. Okay? You are going to learn things about nuclear engineering. You're not there to learn other things. You are there learning things within the realms of nuclear engineering. But you are given the tools and the ability and the knowledge to, within the realms of nuclear engineering, think outside of the box and solve a problem. Okay? So, such as if something happens in an emergency and I don't have the appropriate tools to do something, I can MacGyver something together because of my knowledge of nuclear engineering to still accomplish the same result, even though I didn't do the exact thing that I was taught to do. I've been given the tools and the ability to think outside of the box and solve a problem because I understand nuclear engineering.
Which are?
I just explained it to you.
No. That's called winging it. MacGyvering it is called bodging it. That's winging it.
Yeah, that's it. That's thinking outside the box, right?
No.
Are you telling me MacGyver never thought outside the box? MacGyver's entire thing was thinking outside of the box.
It was scraping together.
Yeah, that is literally... What do you define as thinking outside of the box? Because that is literally what thinking outside of the box is.
No, it isn't. Thinking outside the box is common sense and logic.
No,
That's
thinking
it.
outside of the box is not common sense and logic.
Yes,
I don't know who told you that, but that's just wrong. Who told you
It's
that
common
thinking outside of the
sense.
Who told you that thinking outside of the box is common sense and logic? Because I don't know who told you that, but they lied to you. Thinking outside of the box is being able to assess a situation from multiple angles and multiple perspectives using different tools and different ways of solving the same thing. Instead of just having this rigid little box that you're in, you would go outside of that box and solve it another way. That is thinking outside of the box. Thinking outside of the box isn't just using common sense and logic. They're just things that you do.
Right, so thinking outside the box, you use logic first to assess all the things that you've got around, sort of like MacGyver, but like
that's exactly what I said. Yeah, MacGyver uses logic. MacGyver would assess his situations and logically deduce an outside of the box solution.
Which common sense would have to come into play. You'd have to
people just have logic and common sense. That's not what thinking outside of the box is. That's just something people have. If you don't have those, you're probably not going to be very good at thinking outside of the box. But if you didn't have the education from the university, you would never have the knowledge and the tools to think outside of the box in the first place. Here's the thing, Fax. Education is there for a particular reason. I don't go to university to study nuclear engineering, energy systems and fission technology to learn about how butterflies float. You know, I go there to learn about nuclear engineering and all the problems and tools and knowledge surrounding that. Okay?
Yeah.
That's what education is. But that's not decided by people. That's decided by the universe and what is needed. You don't know how to do that unless you know these things. Like if you wanted to study computer science, you would have to learn particular coding languages. Now, that's not you being stuck inside of a box. That's just you having to know the tools that you operate with. Okay?
Look, the problem we have here, right, is nuclear science or nuclear programs and computer coding are basically like theories and practical, like hands-on, like learning. So you're just getting taught like how something works. Or computer coding, there's only one way you can really do that. You can't.
No, there's definitely not just one way you can. Absolutely incorrect. That's when you start coding, you understand that there's 1,000,001 different ways to achieve the same thing. Literally. Oh my God, I have just started my learning to code journey, and what I've learned so far is that to achieve one thing, you could do it 1,000,000 different ways. All right, there is not just one rigid way of doing it. In fact, thinking outside of the box is one of the most vital things that you have to do to be able to code, honestly.
Craig, like coding is like the base root of it is binary and hexadecimal. That noughts and ones, that's all it is. And then it's moved on. I know it's moved on, but it's still, yes, you can do it 1,000,000 ways, but it's still... that it's just switches, noughts and ones. That's all it is. It's just
okay. It's about logic gates and stuff. Okay, and what you have to understand is to achieve the same result, you can do it a multitude of different ways with different logic gates opening and closing to get to the same result. Now there will be one particular way that's the most efficient way. But then what you'll find is that most efficient way now causes a problem with one of the logic gates down the line that's trying to do something else with an if-then question within the system. So then you have to reassess your original code so that it can take into account that next thing that's going to happen. But you have to think outside the box to do that, and sometimes create entire workarounds of code to go back to the original problem whilst avoiding the second switch. It is literally about thinking outside of the box.
This is the problem I have with it. The stuff you learn at these indoctrination camps...
Not indoctrination camps, education
all right,
facilities.
schools, colleges, I apologise for saying that. what you get taught at these places, when you actually go hands-on, it doesn't seem to marry up. For example,
It does, though.
How it doesn't. For example, how could you physically test a ROM or RAM chip that gets smaller and smaller and smaller, and it's got millions and millions of switches in there? How could you physically test that product to see if it's sound to put into the phone or device that is going in?
You check all the transistors are working. Well, the way that it's done these days. Yeah, and the way that you do it these days is by you plug it into a machine that tests all those billions of transistors. That machine is designed to do that job.
I don't know about that.
What do you mean? That's how you test. That's how RAM chips and stuff are tested. You literally plug them in.
Diagnostic. You're telling me there's a diagnostic machine. You're telling me there's a diagnostic machine.
Yes.
That can, when those chips are made and processed.
Yes.
In carbon, the paper, and silicon and water, when they're compressed, that when they're made, and there's billions of switches in there that all do different things. As you say, it can be used in many different ways. You're telling me you've got a diagnostic machine that you can plug that in and test it.
Yes.
I don't believe it.
But that's how they know it's working, is by using the diagnostic machine. If they put it out and it doesn't work, then people are going to get angry. They have to test the things that they make using the machines that diagnose them. If they make it and it goes, oh shit, that's not working, then they have to diagnose the problem. And they have machines that test each of those billions of transistors.
See, but look, right, don't you think, right, do you really truly believe that if we take this device I'm talking to you on and your device, which is in real time, pixelated with sound, like that, there's not more to it than what they're telling us? Do you really believe?
What do you mean more to it? No, we can tell you exactly every single bit of what's happening.
I'm just not. I just don't. I just think that it's to do something in real time. Actually in real time.
What do you think
without no delay, no lag?
What do you think's happening?
I don't know. I just think it's.
Is it magic?
They're telling us the whole truth.
They're not. Sorry, facts. Hold on, dude. Are you telling me that you think they're not telling us the whole truth about broadband? Come on, mate. Right. You need to fucking stop this now, because that's just being stupid. Of course, we know everything about broadband. Otherwise, we wouldn't be able to use it.
But don't you think it's a bit actually in real time?
No, the speed of light. We know how the speed of light works, and the information travels at the speed of light. Like for me, here's what's happening. Okay. The camera in front of me is receiving the photons on the sensor, changing that into an electrical signal, sending it down the USB cable at the speed of light to my computer, into this system, which at the speed of light takes that information and sends it through the Ethernet cable, which goes around my room to that router over there, which at the speed of light sends it along the cable to my satellite antenna, which at the speed of light transmits that signal up to one of the satellites, which at the speed of light transmits that signal down to a ground station, which at the speed of light connects it to a broadband cable, which you are also using, which at the speed of light shows you that signal, which then does the other thing going back to me at the speed of light.
Right, okay, but what doesn't happen at the speed of light is the photons of the camera showing the image, like
it does.
like 3D image. It's showing everything about us, the room, everything in like it.
Yeah, no, all that is the photons hitting the sensor on my thing and sending a electrical signal at the speed of light, which there's a program on my computer that knows how to decode that. Right, there's going to be slight lag. In fact, if I look at my Starlink app right now, and we do a quick speed test.
But there's not a lag when I talk.
Right, what we're getting right now between you and I is approximately a 42 millisecond delay. Yeah. Right, so when you talk and speak, there's a 42 millisecond delay before I hear it.
So you're telling me a 50 quid Lenovo compact laptop can do all the noughts and ones, at the speed of light, photons? Come on, Craig.
Well, your Lenovo laptop isn't doing all of that. What your Lenovo laptop is changing the signal from the camera into a something that is readable, so that you can see it. and then it's sending it across the
sensor.
internet, and that's dealing with the rest of it. Okay. Now, guys watching, I just want to say thank you to everyone. We got like 500 people in the chat, and there's lots of super chats and stuff coming in. If you guys have any particular questions for Fax, right, I really want to help Fax today and go through as many things as we can. So
Right,
if any
okay, let's
of
get
you
on to
have any
rules then.
questions, please either
Sorry.
super chat or try and tag me or something. The best way to get a question answered is obviously super chat, because I can't respond to everything. So if you do have any questions for Fax or things you want to say to him, because today is hashtag save Fax, okay? Fax, just trust me, you're wrong about education, and maybe I can send you some books about computer science which would help with that other stuff. But let's get on to water. Before we do that, let me just quickly catch up with the super chats and stuff that I do have, because my audience is amazing. Dave McKeegan, who is going to Antarctica in a few months, member for 7 months, says, compare it to weather satellites, I bet the clouds match up perfectly. Gonna do that for a video. PJ for $2 says, Fax, you're choosing to remain ignorant. It's alright, we're gonna help him. Judy Bassett for €12 says, here is some funding for FTFE. Well, thank you very much, Judy. I very much appreciate your support. Wouter Van Bellingham gifted 10 memberships, so thank you very much. Wow, we're gaining loads of members today, actually. Todd Ferguson, the Flerfs supervisor, who's been a member for 11 months, that's this close to Once Around the Sun, says, have Fax name 5 flat earthers whose scientific discoveries have improved our lives and the discovery they made. He can't because they don't exist. Monkey in the Works has been a member for 48 months. Wow. Fax couldn't think his way out of a wet paper bag. Let's not be mean to Fax today, guys. We're going to help him. Water Van Bellingham became a new member. Thank you very much. And then gifted 10 memberships. Thank you very much. That's 20 from you today. 21, actually. And then Hank O'Flamo for $2 says, light no real when I play peekaboo. Yeah, you guys will disappear when I close my eyes. In fact, you know when you close YouTube, I don't exist anymore. And then Catalina Verin gifted 50 memberships. So if you have just become a member today, say thank you very much to Catalina and to Water, because they are amazing and the support they give the channel is absolutely insane. From the bottom of my heart, my cold black heart, thank you very much. Mr. Toffee's member for 32 months says, get Fax to sign up for the final experiment. We can talk about that, but Fax would like to discuss water with me, and we've been going for an hour and we haven't got there yet. So Fax, what are your questions about water, my friend?
Sorry, give me a second. I'm just making a cup of coffee. Is that all right? Just a 2-minute coffee break, and then I'll be straight back.
It's 11:30.
I've got
What are you
pot
making
down
coffee
as well.
for?
Just 30 seconds.
All right, no worries. Demo's been a member for 12 months and says, can you ask Fax when the new Scooter album is coming? Man, I used to love Scooter. Oh, guys. Tomorrow I am debating Nathan Erickson. He wants to talk about why the Bible is a science book and a flat earth book, which is ridiculous. So we get there. And then on that, well, so what's it today? It's Friday. Tomorrow is Nathan Erickson. Sunday I'll be doing an FTFE show going over some of my discussions, some of my thoughts about Star Trails. Wednesday, Toon is moderating a debate between me and Joe once again. F'd Up World. Got very angry last time. I've already apologised about that. And yeah, and I know I keep saying it, right? But I am working on my new series of Flerfs Idiots. It basically looks like, what is it? It's August. So September will be the month when all my videos come out. It's hard, okay? Sitting here at this desk is quite hard and painful for me because of my leg and everything. And my mental health issues lately, honestly, they kind of zapped my creative abilities. But I've kind of started getting around that and working on my Simon Dan video, and that helped me a lot. So I'm getting really back into it. I've got like 12 episodes that are kind of scripted, and some are recorded and in editing and stuff. So in a couple of weeks, I will be starting to release the new episodes of Flerfs Idiots, and I'm really looking forward to that. Sorry it's taken so long, but pain fucking sucks, my guys. Hey Heat Shield, how you doing, friend? Hey, that's alright, Fax, no worries.
Cool.
Icy Spin 199, science is the fishing pole, not the fishing. Very true. GCat, member for 1 month, says, Fax, I have a lot of hope for you. Me too. Randomly Epic didn't say anything, but thank you for using your membership thing.
Cool.
Right. Coffee.
Yes.
It's 11:30, dude. You can't. That's too late for caffeine.
I stay up quite late sometimes. I feel like.
Yeah, well, me too. Now that I've started playing Helldivers.
Everyone's chatting upstairs, so they're not going out tonight. Normally I've got the house to myself, but I think anyway, yeah, the guy's like Russian or something. I don't know. He talks loud on the phone. So they're cultured to loud.
Yeah, I know.
Shout at each other. Not slagging
Ashton
off
Richards,
Russians,
that's
opposed
fucking
to people,
hilarious.
They are very vocal.
Right.
No, they're just very vocal. That's all.
Yeah.
I had my roll-ups, did I? I might have left them somewhere.
In fact, do you like my bong? It's the shape of a globe.
What is the shape of a globe?
Yeah, it's a cool bong, right?
It's a very cool bong.
I need to change my
Fucking
water.
hell.
Fucking hell, that's a bit
Yeah,
dirty.
it reminds me of an Art Deco, like when they used to have the globe and the Art Deco, exactly like that with a golden brass thing on it, and you can open it up.
Here's my other bong.
Yeah, I should start smoking weed again. Really,
Do you like this bong?
That's lovely. That's made of wood, yeah.
Yeah, it's not a real. I can't smoke out of that one. It's just a decorative.
No. No, I can get some sort of Lebanese gold seal. I can get Moroccan red seal. I can get Charis in Pakistan. Charis. I can get Indian temper ball. Or I can just get all that laced shitty weed. It's all that lemon haze. But there are some people I know that have still got the seeds from 12, 15 years ago where it's not been laced. What's that?
Yeah. I'm just checking my gauze.
Gold seal.
Yeah, it's just a gauze.
Oh, gauze. I thought it was hash. No, some of the hashes I can get are amazing. They're like pollen.
I don't mind a nice bit of pollen. Yeah. Right.
Yeah, they're
anyway.
all pollen. Anyway, yeah. Back to the right. The
water.
And the River Nile. Are you telling me that rivers flow uphill now?
No, it's not going uphill.
So every river flows.
Here's the thing: north isn't up. Okay. No, north isn't up and south isn't down. Right.
Okay.
At every point on the Earth's surface, down is towards the middle of the Earth. Okay.
Okay.
So if there's a hill, then water can run any way down. It's just trying to get towards the Earth, and because north isn't up, there's never a point when water is flowing uphill because it's going north. It's still going from a higher elevation to a lower elevation, and that's it. The water is being pulled towards the center of the Earth, so it's trying to go from a high point to a low point. That's it.
So when it gets to the middle, so then the top of the sphere is getting pulled to the middle of the sphere, and then when it gets to the middle of the sphere, this is what I mean. Come on, Craig. Come on.
This is how you're used to seeing the globe. Okay, this way, right? But that doesn't mean that this is up and this is down. That's not how it works. All right, up. If you're at the equator, up is that way, and down is towards, like, inwards, towards the globe, all right? Like, towards the center of it. So let's get where the Nile is, which is Egypt. Right, so there's Egypt. Right, there's the Nile there, all right? So that's...
Hang on, I'm listening. I'm listening.
No, you need to see, so...
Yeah, sorry. I had to do that.
So that is right there where the River Nile is. Okay, that's Egypt, right? Okay. So all we've got to do is put that there, okay? And then imagine a hill, right? My finger's the hill, right? And the water is just going to go down, and because down is towards the center of the ball, right? So now let's turn it to its side, relative to us. It's still doing that. This is still a hill going up, and water will flow down the hill that way and that way because it's towards the center of the Earth. Like, the problem is that you're thinking of this as what you see, and this is up and this is down, but it's not. Down is just towards the middle of this sphere, and up is away from the middle of the sphere. So if there's a hill, a bump, then the water is just trying to get towards the middle.
Well, like what we said 3 episodes ago, when wherever you're standing on the sphere, whatever way you look is up.
Yes,
Like,
exactly. For you, wherever you are on the Earth, you are, for want of a better phrase, on the top of it. Understanding that it's not, north isn't up and south isn't down, but the best way to picture it in your mind is wherever you are on the Earth is the top of the Earth for you.
Yes.
Right.
Agreed.
And wherever anyone else is, that's the top of the Earth for them.
That's them. Yeah.
Yeah, because gravity is pulling them towards the center. So I understand the confusion that you think, well, the River Nile's going north, so, it's going up the side of the ball. But it's not going up, because up is this way. It's going towards the center of the Earth. But because there's a hill in the way, it has to go down that hill because it can't get towards the center of the Earth.
Yeah, but it depends what way it flows. We don't have to go out there or ask someone that lives out there.
Yeah.
It's 500 miles long.
Yeah, but the thing is, all it's doing is it's flowing from a higher elevation to a lower elevation. It's going from the top of a hill to a bottom of a hill. That's it. Which is what all rivers do.
All curve, like 500 miles, it would be 2 degrees of the curve, wouldn't it? Well, a bit less. Degree.
69 miles
degrees.
is one, so 140 is roughly 2 degrees. But but again, that water is not going over a curve. That water is just trying to find its lowest potential, the point where it's requiring the least energy, right? That's what everything is trying to do. It's trying to get to its lowest potential state. And for everything on Earth, that would be where there's nothing pulling on us towards the center.
Okay, fair enough. I'll give you that one then. What about the ocean?
Okay, one sec. Maybe this, right, here's a quick way to really help you imagine it, right? Imagine a big cone on a table in front of you, okay? That's sloping.
An ice cream cone.
No, like a traffic cone, like a big traffic cone on a table in front of you,
sorry.
Okay? Right? Now, if you pour water on the top of that traffic cone, it's going to flow down every single side, right?
Correct.
It's not just going to flow down the side that is facing south. It's also going to flow down the side that's facing north and east and west.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what the River Nile is doing.
Oh, because it bends like that, you mean?
No. Yeah, but the reason it bends is because the way that water erodes stuff as it goes, and you'll actually find that when it erodes, you end up getting it going back, and you end up getting what's called a circular lake, a horseshoe lake on the side. But it's always going from a higher point to a lower point. No matter the wibbly wobbliness of it or whatever, it's just going from a higher elevation, 100 meters up, to a lower elevation, 20 meters up. That water is just trying to get as low as it can. Water isn't trying to. Water is reacting to the forces created by gravity. But that's all it's doing. Every bit of water is flowing towards the lowest state.
So what you're saying is the River Nile, and the analogy of the water cone is when the River Nile turns or goes in a different direction, that's like it going all down all parts of the cone.
Yeah. Imagine there's little bumps and stuff in the cone. It's still gonna go down, isn't it? Right?
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter which side of that is. The side that's going north would kind of, if you looked at it from the globe, be facing up, but the water's still flowing down that side, the same as And no matter the kind of little bumps and stuff within that cone, the water's going to follow those bumps and stuff, but it's still trying to go down, right?
Okay, right. What about the seas then? The seas.
Okay, what about the seas?
How right, where does all this water go that flows down the rivers? Because it goes into the estuaries, then goes into the seas. Is that correct?
Yeah. Okay. And then what happens is the sunlight heats the water up, and that water turns to vapor, which forms clouds. Those clouds rain, mostly over land,
So it's like a perpetual system.
Yeah, it's just the weather cycle.
Okay, all right. So far, so good. I'm buying it. I'm in. My chips are on that, getting steadily pushed that to that side of the globe.
Cool.
Anyway,
I get
anyway.
it. That the whole River Nile flowing north, it can seem counterintuitive, and that is simply because we are used to seeing the globe like this.
Easy with the big words, big bro. There,
Yeah.
come on now, slow down.
It's simple. We are used to seeing the globe like this, with North America and up this side, and South America down this side. We're used to seeing it like that, but it doesn't matter. You can literally hold it in any orientation, and it doesn't matter because the physics are still the same. You consider the South Pole as the top. It doesn't matter because you're still standing on that point. Because gravity is pulling everyone and everything towards the very center of the Earth.
I've never even heard about gravity. I mean, I've obviously heard of gravity, but I've never heard that it pulled things to the center until I started watching flat Earth things, and really, so I watched your channel and McToon's. Really, it's no, I heard that the flat Earth channels say, how can it do that if things are light, or it can't be demonstrated in reality? If everything's being pulled towards the center, what if water's being pulled towards the center? Why isn't physical things being pulled towards the center?
Well, everything is. That's why everything falls down.
So what do you mean?
Everything falls down when there's no counter force. If a butterfly stops flapping its wings, it gets pulled towards the center of the Earth. When the weight of clouds overcomes the buoyant force in the winds up there, gravity becomes the prevailing force and it's pulled towards the center of the Earth. If you stand up in your room and you lift up one of your legs, right, you're going to get tired. And that leg that you've lifted up is going to get harder and harder to hold because gravity is trying to pull that leg towards the center of the Earth. Obviously it can't because the floor is in the way, but when you lift it up, there's nothing in the way for a while. So your leg will get tired because there's a force that's created by gravity pulling it down.
Yeah, but that's pulling it down. That's not pulling it to the center of the. Do you mean when you say the center? Do you mean a line?
No. I mean like the very center of the globe, like right in the middle, right? That's what down is. Down is right towards the middle of the globe.
Like if you had an Easter egg and you opened an Easter egg, you mean if the sphere was an Easter egg and you opened it, that's the center of it, like that?
No. I mean like a dot in the middle, right in the middle, the very center of the Earth.
Hold that globe up again and show me, please. I don't get it, Craig.
Right. So not the equator, right? But not the inside it, like inside the globe, right in the middle, right? Gravity is pulling everything towards the middle of the globe. Like imagine if you dug a hole right from the north to the south, going from the North Pole to the South Pole, right through it. Once you're in the middle, you would have the equal around you, everything, and you would float because the gravitational forces are equal. Because everything is pulling you right towards the center, the very middle of that globe, not the edge, not the equator, right inside it.
So it doesn't matter where you are on the sphere; it's just going to pull you down.
Down. Yeah. And gravity is what decides what down is. And in this case, down is the very middle of the Earth that we stand on.
Okay, and so what causes gravity then? Magnetism?
No, magnetism is a completely different thing. Gravity is literally a result of mass, big stuff, warping the fabric of the universe. Okay? Right. Imagine a trampoline, right? Okay?
Yeah.
And if you got a bowling ball and you stuck it in the middle of that trampoline, okay? It's going to pull down the fabric of that trampoline, right? Into the middle. And if you got a ball and you rolled it around on the trampoline, it would go towards the middle to where that bowling ball is. The smaller ball would roll and go towards the middle where that bigger ball is, right? Gravity is basically that, but on a 3D scale. Big things like the Earth are pulling space and into it. So because the Earth is massive, smaller things will fall into the well created by Earth being in space-time. It's basically, the way to think about it is mass. The mass of things, how big things are, physically warp the universe that we live in a way that smaller things move towards the larger things. And for us, we experience that as a measurable force, an acceleration towards the ground, because we are the smaller thing that is following this well created by the bigger thing. Okay, it's a hard concept to grasp because you got to think of the 2D thing in 3 dimensions, but that's what's happening. The bigger something is, the more it is warping that fabric of space-time so things fall into it. But what you have to understand is that the little thing, so us, we are also warping space-time as well, and the Earth is falling into us as well. But at such a small amount, because obviously the ratio of mass is so different, that the overall, the consequence is that we accelerate towards the larger mass. But there is an acceleration of the Earth towards us. But it's so small compared to us towards the Earth, if you see what I mean. Every single bit of mass in the universe warps space-time and makes things fall into it. But the bigger something is, the more mass it has, will make other things fall into it.
So is it like the atmosphere, and because of the Earth is so big and it's displaced the atmosphere, that's why it spins maybe, and that's why gravity does what you say, that wants to just pull everything down because you've displaced the air around it, sort of?
Well, no, what you have to think is the air, the atmosphere, all the gases in the atmosphere they're falling towards the Earth, right? Because the Earth is big and the gases are small, they are falling into that gravitational well created by the Earth. So that's why the atmosphere sticks to us, is because it is accelerating towards the Earth, because the Earth's mass is more than the mass of the molecules in the atmosphere. The rotation of the Earth is something separate. Way round. Yeah, I understand what you meant. Now, the Earth's rotation, this is just an important point. That's not really to do with gravity. The Earth rotates because as it formed, it was rotating. And then there's nothing that's ever stopped it. That's why the Earth rotates. It did form because of gravity, and that's kind of what made the rotation in the first place. But the gravity of the Earth is separate to the rotation of it, if you see what I mean.
All right, then. You see those people that went up to space, that space, I wrote it down.
The Polaris Dawn mission.
Polaris Dawn mission. If they got, like, hypothetically speaking, if they got a football and took it out on their spacewalk and just span it and left it there, would it just keep spinning then? Yeah,
absolutely. It would go with them because that ball has the same motion as them. So when they take it outside, it's still got that motion, and then they could just put it there and spin it, and it would keep going whilst moving with them, because there's nothing to stop it.
Well, okay, but what? So, like, the amount of water that in the rivers that flows into the seas that gets heated up, you're talking cubic tons of water, like,
yeah, absolutely,
like, and then but do all the rivers come from one sea and then flow to another sea? They must.
Well, no, rivers all have their genesis points. Each river has points where it comes from. Rivers are usually a combination of other rivers and other rivers that all combine.
Yeah.
And they basically, what happens is it rains on mountains, or there's snow forms on mountains, and then when that melts or when it rains, it flows down the mountains into rivers. It's as simple as that. That's why rivers are formed and they flow from up to down, is because it's raining up there, feeding the rivers, and it's coming down.
So it's like basically a balanced system then. That everything.
Yeah. It's very delicate, but delicately balanced system. Yeah.
So, I mean, like climate change. Then that's the other thing I don't really get. Like that is to do with water. They say if the ice melts, it's gonna flood places and stuff like that. But if you put ice cubes in a glass and fill it up to the top with water, and the ice cubes melt, it doesn't overflow.
Yeah, but that's not equivalent to the Earth, because the ice isn't in the water. The ice is on the land. Like if we look at the North Pole, for instance, it's not just a floating ice on the water. It is land with ice and snow on top of it. So then that ice and snow will melt off the land and go into the oceans. You know, yes, if the icebergs that are in the oceans all melted, that wouldn't change the level of the oceans. But if all the ice and water that is stored in the top of Alps, in glaciers and stuff, if that melts, because it's, it'd be like adding extra water to that glass instead of the ice already being in it.
Yeah. So basically, it's only if the glaciers melt, but they go in the sea as ice, it'll be okay. But if they totally melt and go into the sea as water, it'll cause a problem.
No. Even if the glaciers slipped off of the land as ice and went into the water, it would still overflow. Imagine if you had a glass. Imagine if this glass was filled right to the top, and then I added an ice cube to it. It would overflow, right? Yeah,
of course.
That's what's happening. Right. Obviously, if there's ice in here and it melts, that's not going to change the amount. But if there's water from another source going into it, it's going to increase the amount in it.
It's very difficult to like.
It can be counterintuitive. I get it. Yeah.
It's very difficult to like debunk any of the globe. Like even it doesn't feel like you're spinning. It doesn't feel like it's like that you can see a curve when you're up in a plane, but when you look into it and really look into it and do research or like talk about it like this, all the maths marries up to like what you can't see. This is the other problem. You can't see it, but it still makes sense. I don't know how to say it in words.
You can see it if you go to space. The thing is, we're stuck here, puny little ants on this massive ball, right? So our view is always going to be limited. But people are going to space and showing it from up there, and the only way to kind of ignore that is for everyone to just constantly go, well, it's fake, it's fake, it's fake. And that gets a bit like a parrot thing, because it's happening so much now. The cry of it's fake is becoming less and less relevant, because that means that literally every fucking thing is fake because there's so much of it. And the fact that, if that Polaris Dawn mission earlier, right, I can take that Polaris Dawn mission and I can look at what the cloud patterns should have been on the Earth at that time, and I can see if they match. Now, to fake that kind of computing power for real time matching of the clouds that are there in real life, that would require quantum computers that don't exist to be able to do that. It's impossible.
Craig. I don't know, because we've got to the point now where technology, what I was saying on the last episode, that technology's getting so quick and so advanced that you're going to be able to, like AI and the actual measurement, the tools for measurement are going to be so
maybe it's
precise.
Getting there, but it doesn't exist. And here's the thing: it certainly didn't exist in '69 and 72. It definitely didn't exist back then when the pictures then matched the weather patterns.
You know, they looked a bit strange. Anyway, we won't go into whether
But
that was
they
fake
matched
or that.
they
I
matched
can't
what was real in the world at the time, and you can check that every single time you see anything from space, you can compare it to what is in real time, and it matches.
Well, I mean, look, the only people that know are the people that went up there. However, it's like to shut up all the naysayers, because there's getting more and more people that do think it's flat. There is, Craig. There are, whether it's round or flat.
Yeah, here's the thing though. A lot of people go, it's flat, and then realise that it's not, and then never say anything again. The claim of like flat Earth is growing can be debunked one way. Last year, with the Flat Earth International Conference, 32 people turned up.
Is that it?
Yeah. There we go.
32.
Flat Earth's not growing because 32 people went to the Flat Earth International Conference.
Well, I can see why, because it is. I thought that that community would be a bit more friendly, but it's not turned out to be.
No, it's
like
really
that.
not.
It's not. No.
And here's the thing, Fax, right? I want to prepare you for something, because you know the Earth's not flat, and you're just trying to hold on to it, and it's cool. We're going to get there, right? But when you fully accept it, you're going to get called all sorts of names by flat earthers. You're going to get called a shill.
It's getting harder and harder to deny that it isn't a globe. When like the only
Exactly.
it's just getting. I mean, the only thing I would say is, why do they call things like a shoreline then? Why don't they call it a shore curve? Like, do you know what I mean? Like all the words that they like.
But that's just language. I'm pretty sure in Chinese, shoreline is literally translated as something like land curves. You know, that's just language.
The Chinese are ahead of the game. Let's be honest.
I don't
their
know.
education's. No, it is, Craig. Come on,
A lot of that is propaganda, but the fact is, language is just language, and the names of things are just the names of things. They're not really important. It's just how language is developed.
Just quickly, is it propaganda then that the Chinese TikTok won't allow like butt shaking and twerking and all that? Is it all? Is it?
I don't know. TikTok's owned by China. TikTok's owned by China, and they still have that on there. So I don't know.
But look, basically what they're saying is there's two versions of TikTok: the one for America and Europe, and the one in China.
Internet is very restricted in China. That's not propaganda. That's just a fact. Internet is very restricted.
Could be
in
true.
China.
Okay, that is true then. Because they're saying that they just,
Richie Ruggs is your
educational.
TikTok. I once thought about starting a TikTok channel, but I've got no reason to appeal to 12-year-old girls. So.
Don't do it, Craig. You're better than that.
Yeah,
like,
I might just start
TikTok
like doing
Instagram.
some Fortnite emotes. Just start a TikTok channel with doing Fortnite emotes.
Yeah, if you could do Fortnite and debunking globe earthers, flat earthers, like that would probably get you loads of views.
Yeah, I've been thinking of just literally underneath my videos, just like playing some Subway Surfers or something.
What is this computer you want to get then? You keep going on about for like the, you said you want to get this computer. What is it?
Huh?
You said that you want to get this computer, like upgrade or something.
Oh yeah, no, I just want a more powerful computer to help me with streaming and editing and stuff. So I've got a I've got a 2070 Super at the moment, and what's my CPU?
Whatever that is.
So my graphics card at the moment is a 2070 Super. My CPU is an AMD Ryzen 3700. But I need to upgrade. I probably need at least maybe a 3080 graphics card. Maybe I need a bit more hard drive space. No, I've got 8 terabytes. That should be enough. But yeah, what I really want to do is get myself a new PC built, and I'm going to give this one to my son so he can play some better games, because his PC that he's got is struggling. Yeah,
I was going to say about your son, he's actually correct about not brushing your teeth. daily because it basically, unless you make your own toothpaste, you can make your own toothpaste out of coconut, natural coconut, baking soda, and a little bit of gelatin, and that's it. And you can use that every day. But if you use the one with fluoride, that just takes the enamel off your teeth.
Not if you brush properly. What takes the enamel off is brushing too hard. And I've spent a lot of time trying to teach my kids about the importance of not brushing too hard. It's the act of brushing is what really helps your teeth. The thing with fluoride and everything that actually helps strengthen your teeth. And I know this as a fact because I've only ever had one problem with my teeth, which is that when I had to have a root canal after I fell down at basic training and smacked my mouth, and that's caused me problems. Okay. But I've never had another filling or anything because I've always brushed my teeth with fluoride.
Yeah, but they also use fluoride to take rust off bumpers.
Well, yeah, in different amounts. Obviously, you're not going to want to use it at those
Colgate
amounts.
Toothpaste with fluoride. They use you can go and put it on YouTube.
Yeah, but that's different things. Rust is very different to enamel. You know, rust is like dirt and oxidization and stuff, which you don't want. But that's why it gets rid of that.
But Craig, think about it. Why would
come on? We're not going into conspiracy theories about fluoride. Fact is, it works.
Conspiracy when all the youth don't want to do it. All the youth.
No, the youth don't want to do it just because that's youth. They don't care about fluoride. They just don't want to brush their teeth because I want to sit and play video games. That's nothing to do with fluoride, mate.
No. But didn't you not want to brush your teeth when you were young? And
I was always very much for brushing my teeth because I had problems with my breath. I had such a high metabolism that my breath smelled. Yeah. So I would brush my teeth like 3 or 4 times a day, and I would have mint spray all the time because I was very conscious about the fact that my breath was a bit stinky when I was a teenager.
See, that it does make sense. I can just look at you and see you as one of them kids at school, and you can just look at me and see I was one of them.
What I did at school was I missed the last 2 years of my junior school when I was put forward to senior school 2 years early. And I was what I would do, right? You get your homework. I wouldn't do it at home. When school finished, I would stay there, do my homework before I went home, leave it on my teacher's desk.
Okay. Oh fuck.
Because I wanted to go home and play Mortal Kombat and ride my bike and learn to play guitar.
You won't actually believe this, Craig, but when I've done all my exams for my apprenticeship, I got distinctions in every single one, and I even sat an exam for my friend who was on his 3rd try, and if he failed, they were going to sack him, and I convinced him to let me go and do the retake, and I passed it with him for a distinction.
Well, that shows that you're able to absorb knowledge, facts, and that's great, because you know what, you are listening to me, you're a bit stubborn, all right, and I think we both know that you're a little bit fucking stubborn, right? Okay, but you just need to get rid of this mindset of everything is a conspiracy, because it's really not. And even if, right, let's say even if in the past Rothschilds had an influence in the education system, that's not the case now. It's not the case now. All right, education is there to help you. That's it, right?
Have you heard of? Sorry, have you heard of a podcast called The Jolly Roger or The Jolly Man? Like, he's got a posh guy that wears a cravat and he drinks out of a silver cup, like, and he has really intelligent people on there, like professors, and you probably like it. It's a good podcast, and even they were saying that when the education system was privatized and it wasn't free, and people have got to pay for their education, it changed a lot. How the students interact with the professors, they think that they're getting a service and they're paying for it, so they should receive this. Yeah, like, it's changed. It was a very interesting podcast to watch. I'll
Clive,
put it in the back chat or something, or give you a link to it or whatever.
Yeah,
it's worth watching. But anyway, sorry.
Right, that's cool, mate. Right, so here's the thing: we can work on the other conspiracy stuff another time, right? But we need to get rid of this flat Earth nonsense, because facts, dude. Yeah. Look at me, all right? Me and you, forget everyone else. Me and you here, bud. All right.
Yeah.
The Earth's not flat, okay? Everything about the world, the way that it works, shows that the Earth is a globe. Pilots use ForeFlight, right, which is a software that is a globe. And they use that in real time to navigate. They don't use a flat map, they use a globe. They use great circle
Why
routes.
do
They use the
Wits-
Haversine formula,
Why
right?
why do Witsit and Jeren and all them lots say that they use
Because they
flat
don't know what they're talking
map?
about. Because they're flat earthers, and let's be clear here, all flat earthers are fucking idiots.
Not just them, Dave Durf as well, Dave White. Like,
Well, he's
ones.
a scammer. Durf's a scammer. Never listen to anything he says. He lies at approximately 2.7 lies per minute. I confirmed that.
Oh shit, that's quite funny, man. Well, I thought he was a bit. Anyway, it doesn't matter what I think. It's not.
But
about,
that's the thing, right?
me.
If a flat earther tells you something about aviation, they are wrong. They're flat earthers because they're wrong about stuff like that. Pilots know the Earth is a globe because they use a globe to navigate. I am a sailor, right? And even before I joined the Navy, I did sailing. And everything about navigation with sailing is on a globe. The calculations you do use the Earth's radius as a globe. You use the 69 degrees per mile, 69 miles per degree, because the Earth is a globe. Everything about the Earth is a globe. The Coriolis forces, the way that the storm systems work, the way you have to fire artillery and take into account the Earth's rotation, the way that I have personally measured the Earth's rotation and calculated my latitude using the data I gathered, shows that the Earth is a globe. And this is what is done thousands of times a year by people at university that are doing this experiment. Everything about physics and science and the way that the world works shows that the Earth is a globe, right? We can work on the other stuff, facts, that's cool, but we need to get rid of that. The Earth is not flat.
See, all right, you know what we was talking about last episode about the A and B, and the fastest bit would be if it was a curve, not a straight line or flat line. If it wasn't,
On a sphere, the shortest path between 2 points is a curve.
Okay, but would there be that much of a difference if you fired two projectiles up, like what we were saying, trying to do an experiment? Would it, because of the degree and the 337 miles per degree, would it, because of the curvature, is it because it's such a slight gradient of a curve, would it make any much difference in the target if you fired from point A to point B, which the curve is 500 miles and the straight line is 500 miles, but obviously the curve's going to be a quicker, shorter distance? Would it? How much?
Well, everything that you fire, projectiles, you fire in an arc anyway. You fire up and down. Okay?
Yeah. I agree.
Now, for where that hits, you have to take into account the fact that the Earth is curved. And from your perspective, it's falling away from you. So if you want to hit something that is, 100 miles away with a projectile from a ship, you would have to take into account that 100 miles would include, about 2 degrees of it being over a curve. Otherwise you're not going to hit it. You would also have to take into account the Coriolis forces, depending on your location. And obviously things like, weather at the time and things like that. But what you find is you have what's called a firing solution center, and they say, right, we need to hit this target that's this far away, and the firing solution center will have the tables with all the curvature charts and everything on them, so that they know what to add to so they can hit the target. But that's all based on a globe. Everything about it is based on a globe, a rotating globe.
How much difference would it be in the curve to the straight line? A 500-mile curve line or a 500-mile straight line?
Obviously, the further it is, the longer the distance is. All right, I don't know the exact numbers to give you right now. I'm not going to lie and say
I'm not putting you on the spot. I'm just,
but basically,
thinking out loud.
The further it is, the more that adjustment is. Basically,
because of the degrees, what we've talked about.
So the further something is away, the more you would have to obviously adjust for the fact that it's on a curve and take that into account. And if you don't hit your target.
Agreed. So there must be a way. Look, surely, I know what you said about the Polaris Polaris
Dawn.
Polaris 1 mission with SpaceX, surely, like, at some point they could, like, have the camera facing so you could see the continents, or you could get some definite proof to see it's spinning round, the actual Earth spinning round.
Well, they're orbiting the Earth. So from their perspective, the Earth isn't rotating because they're just orbiting around it. So all you're going to see is the Earth moving below them.
Yeah, but not very fast. And if it only does one revolution in 24 hours and it's so big, you said it's going...
but
this
they
is the
are.
other thing.
But they're not doing it once in 24 hours. They are going around the Earth once in about 40 minutes.
Once in 40 minutes?
Yeah, because they're going about 20,000 miles an hour, remember?
But is it really 20,000 miles an hour?
Relative to the surface of the Earth, yes. Speed is relative, okay? You always have to compare speed to something else, right?
Yeah.
So relative to the surface of the Earth, they are going about 20,000 miles an hour. You know,
compared to a car, if it was on the Earth and they're having a race, they're going 20,000 miles. Yeah, I've got something right. Yeah.
Yes, that's exactly the right way to think about it. A car would be going like 100 miles an hour, but they're going 20,000 miles an hour, so they're going to leave it in the dust, you know?
For sure. Okay, well, maybe this is a good note to finish on, like, for once. Like, we do have some good conversations, so yeah, man, my book's getting more and more full up. I've got to go and collect my big pad. I've left that at someone's house, but this has probably got just more in it now. It doesn't really matter. I ripped McToon's page out in frustration and anger, but I've still got a couple of pages that me and you.
MC Toon wants to help you as well. He really does, right?
I know.
But facts that let's just think about everything that we've discussed. We've talked about gravity. We've talked about how water works. We've talked about how aviation and everything uses a globe as its base and everything, and you know how literally nothing works if the Earth is flat. You've got to realize by now that even if, let's move all the other stuff away about people trying to control education and that, and just look at the Earth's shape with all the evidence and the knowledge that we have. Come on. What shape is the Earth?
I still don't know.
Come on, facts. Come on.
I know. Look,
you know, but you're being stubborn.
I'll tell you what I do know. The evidence is pointing more and more towards the globe. That's
good.
However, I don't know if it's evidence or the circumstantial evidence is pointing more and more towards the globe, and the theory of the globe seems to be holding water.
Yeah, literally.
That's all I can say. Like, the flat Earth have got to get their shit together and bring something to the table that holds weight, because at the moment nothing seems to be, like, they say things, but then when you look into it, it's not when we look into stuff here, it seems to marry up or make sense. But when you look into the flat Earth stuff, it doesn't. They only use tiny little bits of something. But when you look into all of it, it's taken out of context.
Yeah, and what you find with flat Earth is they have one explanation, but that causes problems for other explanations, right?
Yes.
But with the globe, everything works together.
Yeah,
there's no globe thing that contradicts another thing. They all work together. And that's what you have to look at. For them to explain things on the flat Earth, they have to have things that constantly contradict their own explanations. And you see that,
what
right?
you mean. It would be really easy for someone like, I won't say their name, but if you say they lie every 2.5 seconds, if they knew everything like you did about the globe, it would be really easy for them to go pretend to be a flat earther and con loads of flat earth people. It would be for you to do it, for you to pretend to be a flat earther,
mate. Of course, it would be dead easy.
How?
It would be dead easy to pretend to be a flat earther.
Yeah, no, but look, what I'm saying is, what you know about the globe and how and the McToon know about the globe, if you pretended to be flat earthers, you could use just enough information to convince people the Earth is flat, knowing full well it's a globe, because they don't know the information you know. you see what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
but
yeah.
Nemesis Tune and I aren't scammers and grifters like Dirth, right?
Well, I didn't say that. I didn't say his name. I don't want any smoke off them lot.
No,
man.
dude,
I
you
don't
can
want-
say
I
it. We all
literally
know that
don't
Dirth
want-
is a scammer. We have pointed out the lies that he makes, and he still tells them. The fact that he knows they are lies and still tells them shows that he is a scammer. Dirth
Right.
is not a real flat earther. He is someone that knows the Earth is a globe and uses it as a scam to make money. He has an app that you have to pay £3 for that he said has over 12,000 registered users.
Well, that's a lot of money.
Exactly. He is a grifter.
And that's without all the ad. That's
Ex-
without all the
there we go.
advertising.
Yeah,
and
without
traffic.
the ads and stuff. And you're right. Exactly. Right. You don't see
See-
Globers with a fucking app trying to, convince you the Earth's a globe because we can just present the evidence.
And they moan about your fucking super chat and shit like that, and the amount
Exactly.
of views you get. Wow, that's fucking hypocritical.
And
Yeah, look, even I might be uneducated in a lot of areas, but even I can sort of smell a rat or see when something ain't right with people because of my lifestyle, and I knew from day one something didn't add up about that character, that individual, the
Yeah.
Dirth.
no, he's a full-on scammer. He has said for years that he wants to go to Antarctica to see if there's a 24-hour sun. Right? Will Duffy comes along, dangles a free trip in front of his face. No, Will Duffy's a demon. I'm not doing that. Right?
Yeah, I heard
Austin
that
Whitsitt
they've done a
has
streak.
surprised me. Austin Whitsitt has accepted the trip to Antarctica. So maybe Austin Whitsitt
No,
is
he
a
hasn't.
genuine. No, he has. He accepted it today.
Okay, well, I thought
Yeah,
that they,
Will
on
Duffy got
National
confirmation
Keator's
that
show-
both Jeranism and Austin Whitsitt have 100% accepted the trip to Antarctica.
Pretty cool, man. It's just
Yeah.
warming up then.
Yeah. And I've
So
said, this is how confident I am. I've said that if they go to Antarctica and they don't see what we expect, i.e. the sun sets, I will change the name of my channel to Fight the Globe Earth and I will join Globebusters.
Yeah, someone, I can't remember whose channel it was. I was watching. Oh no, it was Will Duffy on that Chiquita played a clip of it, and that's what
Yeah.
Will Duffy said that you would change it to Fight the Globe Earth. Yeah, he said.
Absolutely, I will.
Yeah. So, but what I don't really get is how to. Well, that's something maybe we can talk about in the next episode. How the sun setting and all, like. So I've really got no idea how it works at all, really.
Right. I want you to. There's a free program. Well, it's a free and a paid version, but you can download the free program called Solar System Scope. Okay.
So, okay, one sec. Fucking hell, this pad is getting full up.
That's good. You're taking
I mean,
notes. I
sorry,
like
this
it.
pad's getting full up. What's it called again?
Solar System Scope.
Solar System
Scope.
app.
Scope.
app.
Yeah. So you can download it on your phone. You can download it on your PC, and
Yeah.
it's literal a 3D model of the solar system and the Earth and the night sky and everything. And you can move through time to see, where the sun and the moon should be at certain times. And I think something like that, visualizing it, would really help you.
Yeah.
Just have a play around
Yeah.
with it, right?
Yeah.
And I think just having a play around with a program like that can help you visualize why the things are the way they are.
Okay. See,
Right.
I've this is the thing that pissed me off. I thought, because I all bumped was like doing conspiracy stuff for years and years before the flat Earth, and then flat Earth come along, and I just accepted it to be true because of all the other conspiracies I do still believe.
Yeah, we can work on that. That's cool, but get rid of the flat Earth
but
first.
I forgot what I was going to say like that. So basically I had to go back and learn what I didn't learn at school just for the little bits to understand what the flat Earth was saying. Like, 'cause I didn't. Yeah, it's like other than my apprenticeship, I really didn't pay attention at school. I hated school. I hated it.
Yeah,
Hated
no,
it.
that's my son, Struan, hated school. He really did. He's autistic, ADHD, and even though he's very smart, he hated school just because he didn't enjoy doing those things. Now he's at college, learning to be a chef, and he's happy. Are you there? You seem to... Boo! He went away. Facts. Oh, damn it. I was about to ask your questions to him. See if he comes back in a sec. Wow, so much support, guys. Thank you very much. Ramdan the Epic for $10 says, Facts, do you really think the same corrupt and incompetent governments... You there, Facts? That can't balance a checkbook or agree on anything are somehow able to hide the nature of the Earth for centuries? It's a good question. If he comes back, I will ask him. Facts, you there, my mate? Danny Turner, £2 says, Facts, you're a great guy. Is Craig bringing you back to the globe? Yes, I fucking am. Ab Deathman from 9 months says, Facts, I studied architecture at uni. We learn everything already known about architecture, but mostly learn to think independently and question. Damn it, he realised the Earth was a globe and they got him. That's what's happened.
Oh, I nearly left, Craig. You're lucky.
Are you there? Good.
Yeah, you're lucky. I nearly left. I didn't know what was going on.
Right. There's a couple of things that people are trying to say to you here. Deercat says, Facts, got a lot of hope for you. Ramdan the Epics, he says, Facts, do you really think that the same corrupt and incompetent governments that can't balance a checkbook or even hide a blowjob in the Oval Office agree on everything or agree on anything are somehow able to hide the shape of the Earth for centuries? Think about how incompetent all governments are. Do you really think they would be able to hide the shape of the Earth?
If you want the... I'll answer that I'll answer that quickly. The media won't let anything get out. It's all scrutinised, so it's like little breadcrumbs they leave for conspiracy theorists.
Yeah, mate, the media can't even agree with itself.
Finding the truth. No, we'll get into it another day, but I think all the governments are... The New World Order's been here since about the 40s, maybe.
Mate, the governments can't even agree on anything. They can't do anything for themselves.
No, they're all one.
Danny Turner for £2 says, Facts, you are a great guy. All right, and Craig will bring you back to the globe.
Thank you.
Abdef, who's been a member for 9 months, says, Facts, I studied architecture at uni. We learn everything already known about architecture, but we mostly learn to think independently and question things.
Okay. Well, okay. We can get into that.
Says,
what I'd say is, but you're questioning things off what you've already been taught, so you're not questioning it. Anyway, yeah. But that's fair enough.
Fireheart 60 Airsoft and more send some love hearts. The Watcher said to do a poll, which I did, thank you. Psychedelic Shark says, Facts, why can I stand on the hills near me and see an island 45 miles away, but when I stand on the shore, I can't?
When he stands on the Himalayas...
When he stands on a hill, he can see an island that's 45 miles away from him. But when he goes down to the shore, he can't see it anymore. That only makes sense if the Earth's a globe.
No, because you said 45 miles and the 1 degree's got to be 337 miles and the gradient is such a slight bit of curve.
Yeah, but the point is he was up a hill and that means he can see further over the curve.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that doesn't make sense on flat Earth, does it?
He should have been able to see over the mountain then. He should have been able to see behind the mountain. No,
what he's saying is he's on a hill and he can see an island that's 45 miles away when he's at the top of the hill. But then he goes down to the bottom of the hill. But he's up the hill. That's the thing. He's not at the shore. He is up a hill, which means that he can see further over the curve.
Right? Yeah, but there is no curve because it's 45 miles. You said 1 degree of the sphere.
Yeah, it's still a curve.
37 miles.
Yeah, but there's still a curve, even if it's less than a degree. Yeah, but it's not enough. But the point is, he has gone up, right? Because he's higher up, means he can see further over the curve. right?
Yeah, but you should be able to see it from the shoreline as well.
No, right, hold on. Let me bring up paint so I can show this to you. It's very simple. Okay, right, so let's get a circle. Oh, no, wait. Okay, so we've got a circle, and then let's put an island over here, right? And then we've got the guy on the hill over here.
Yeah.
Okay, now, if he is at the shore here, he can't see it because the Earth's in the way. But if he's at the top of the hill, he can because he's gone higher up.
Okay, all right. Yeah, but that's not 45 miles. That's more than one.
This is
like,
exaggerated, obviously, but it's just showing you that when you go up higher, you can see further over the curve. So when you're up higher, you can see more than 6-9 miles per degree because you're up higher. You're seeing over the curve, right?
Yeah. So what did he say? What he's saying
he said that when he is up at the top of a hill, he can see this. He can see this island that's 45 miles away. But when he's at the shoreline, he can't, and that's because the curvature of the Earth is blocking it.
I would probably say it's more to do with that when it goes all fuzzy. You know, like.
But why would it be fuzzy? Like, because if you're at the bottom, you would be technically closer to it.
Or, what's that thing called? You know,
you're on about angular resolution, but if you're at the bottom, you're technically closer, so the angular resolution wouldn't be an issue. The only way it makes sense that you can see something when you go higher is if you're looking over the curve. Simple as that.
Now, what's that thing, Craig? When the heat and you can't see.
Oh, you're talking about refraction. No, it's not that.
Refraction, yeah. Thank you.
Well, there's refraction's going to be taken into account, but the fact is he went higher and he could see it. And this is why. This is the exact reason why. Here, because he went up and he could see over the curve. Okay?
Yeah, but that wouldn't. Yeah, but that wouldn't. 45 miles is nothing on the, like.
Yeah, but you're still going up a hill, which means that there's still a curve. The 45 miles, there's still a curve, but you go up and you can see. Well, less than a degree.
Said it, yeah, but you said if it's 337 miles is 1 degree.
No, 69 miles is 1 degree.
Oh, 69 miles. Sorry, I'm thinking of a quarter of it. That's a quarter of the Earth.
No, 69 miles.
Okay, fair enough then. Yeah, no, he might have a point, but
yeah, exactly. There we go.
I still think it's probably refraction. That's what I can't see.
It's definitely not. Refraction's going to be taken into account.
Anyway,
the fact that he goes up and sees it. There we go. Boom.
Yeah, right. But okay. Well, I can see France 33 miles away.
You what?
From Dover. I can see France when I stand on Cape Le Fern, 33 miles away.
That's because you're up a hill, right?
Yeah, but I can also see France when
you can't see France from the shoreline, though.
I can. I have done from Dover Harbour. Where not
well, I mean
Harbour,
that is literally half a degree. So refraction
actually, I can't tell you the truth. Tell the truth, I can't honestly remember. I think I say. Tell you the truth, it might be when I was in the 2 elevated positions. I can't be 100% sure whether I was on the shore.
You were probably up a hill,
but I definitely saw it from up high.
Arif Canitus for $5 says, "Facts. Do you know what Occam's razor is?"
Yes. That's when you believe in something and take a chance if it's like in God. It's Occam's razor.
No. Occam's razor basically means things that require the least assumptions are the most likely to be correct.
Okay, what's the other one then? If it's about believing in God, it's better.
I really don't know.
Okay, I thought that was Occam's razor.
Occam's razor basically says whatever requires the least assumption is the most likely to be correct. And the Earth being a globe requires way less assumptions than the Earth being flat.
So far, so good.
Yeah. Danny Turner for £2 says, facts, you are a legend, welcome to Globe Earth.
Well, easy, but
No,
yeah,
come on,
thank
Facts,
for
you
the
know you're
Craig's
there.
donation. Fact. Good
You
looking
are
on
Facts,
Twitter.
the Earth's a globe and you know it.
I'm not.
You know that it
flat
holds
earther.
waters.
Can't,
You know the globe is what holds water.
You can't.
You know it.
Mate,
You're just being
look,
stubborn.
we've been
You are
through it,
being
and
stubborn, Facts. Everything
need a little
matches the
bit
globe.
more.
Nothing matches the flat Earth, right?
Correct. However, I still need a little bit more evidence.
Okay, we can get there. Don't worry. The Snark for €10 says this is just to annoy Dirth. Thank you very much. Walter Van Bellingham for €5 says, facts. I believe you hated school, but I do think you can still learn the things you need to learn.
True.
You can.
True. Thank you.
Genuinely
I'm learning
Shady.
more and more each episode.
Well, I'm here to help. Genuinely Shady's been over for 2 months. Says, facts. Keep talking and learning from FTFE. Please, mate. I'm gonna fucking save you. Austin Salmons $5 says, thanks for being open-minded. Facts. That is badass.
Thank you. Appreciate that. That means a lot.
P-Max is saying, facts. You'll get there. Love from Germany. Mark W says, all of us in the UK are waving at you. Everyone's giving you lots of love, mate. Because they believe that you can be a globe earther.
Well, but I believe the truth. I only this is the thing. My channel is the facts. I'm searching for the facts and nothing but the facts. I'm not down to just be someone's friend because they've got more views or more clout or more money. It's just I really am just down for the facts.
Well, and I want to help you. I know we had a bit of a hard start there, but we've got past it. And you know what? Facts. I consider you a friend. We talk often. And I all I want is to fucking help you, mate. I want you to say those words. You're right. The Earth's not flat.
We'll get there, man.
We'll try it. We'll try it. Facts. Come on. Say the Earth's not flat.
I'll publicly say it. Well, I'll publicly say it. Like, if that's the fact and that's the truth and I've got enough evidence to say it, I'll say it. But at the moment, I'm still... I've still got a lot to mull over and keep my own counsel, and I've still got, to do
please,
some more
please
research.
give me all of the questions that you have, all right? What I would really like is maybe before our next chat, give me the things that are worrying you, okay? Give me the things that are still confusing you so that I can prepare some evidence in advance.
Cool. I'll text them, on the fly. I'll message them through or whatever, So, I mean, look, it's getting less and less and less each episode, each interaction.
We're getting there.
It's like wiping it. It's crossing another thing off the flat Earth model. So
yeah, not that there is a flat Earth model. That's what you got to realise.
Yeah, well, I suppose that's all you've really got to do is cross enough of them off, and circumstantial evidence would, by default, make it a globe. That's basically that simple.
Austin Salmons with their 20th super chat on the channel, $5 says, Craig, have you explained why it's beneficial to know the Earth is a globe? It could be helpful. Well, he's right. It is beneficial to understand because it helps you understand a lot about physics. If you understand that the Earth's a globe and you accept that fact, a lot more stuff makes sense. Why does Coriolis happen? Oh, that's because the Earth's a globe. Why is navigation done that way? Oh, it's because the Earth's a globe. Why is this particular thing? Oh, that's because the Earth's a globe. It all makes sense. The answer to literally every question is because the Earth is a globe and it's rotating.
Well, I've got to think of some questions of myself because I keep sort of watching Jeren and Whitsit and Durf. Well, not Durf. I don't watch him, but I do actually like Globe Busters or whatever they're called. Like the things Jeren plays, I quite enjoy watching them. I do enjoy them.
How about this? Would you like to have a conversation with an ex-flat earther?
Maybe I will. Yeah, not just tonight, but not
tonight. Not tonight. But there's a lot of ex-flat earthers that I know. Some of them are extremely good, awesome people, and I think maybe to help you in your journey, maybe that would help. I could get Rachie on, maybe Ranty, maybe Sean G. There's a lot of ex-flat earthers that we've helped. And maybe they could see you help you see things more from your perspective.
Yeah, what I wanted to talk about next episode is what they keep saying like about the infrared or radio waves or the phone communication or Wi-Fi or whatever it is called,
Okay.
gamma rays or whatever, delta rays, whatever the rays are, and how they wouldn't work on a globe. I know you're going to say not ether, but you're going to say atmosphere or whatever. That's what they said you'd say.
Yeah, tropospheric bouncing is the answer, but we can go through exactly how that works. All right, please do me a favor, get your thoughts in order, and then give me like a few things that you really want me to help explain to you. And you know, we're going to get there, facts. You know, it's getting closer and closer each time.
Yeah, I can't disagree with that statement. I need to be 100% sure before I commit myself to anything, because there's a lot at stake, really. Because it is like, if it turns out that it's not a globe, then it makes every other conspiracy, true, which I kind of think. Anyway, to be continued.
That's the thing, right? When you're a flat earther, it makes you think that everything else is fake because obviously everyone's lying to you, right?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So either way, it's a lot at stake, because if it turns out to be a globe, then that will debunk most of the conspiracy. My mate will fucking love you, man. He'll be like, "You finally got him to see sense. He's normal again." We're
gonna do it. We're gonna save you. Get you back to your family and stuff as well. Wouter Van Bellingham for €10 says, "Can you promise this €10 goes to fax? I really want you to talk to ex-Flerfs. Just do it. I'll spend 10 years of my life to this." Yeah. Once that money comes in for me next month, I will make sure that 100% goes to fax to help him, get through stuff, and we will do fax. We're going to help you, mate. You are literally my project.
Oh shit, man. All right. Well, I do appreciate someone caring or like taking time out of their life and just talking to me, and that it's pretty cool.
Oh, I'm enjoying the conversations with you, and I've quite enjoyed the friendship we've built up. You fucking idiot.
I know, like, we do have a laugh at times. So yeah, man. And we both got that's mad. We've both got exactly the same injury in our leg and the same steel work. That's bizarre one, man. Same leg as well, right leg.
Well, mine's my left.
Oh, is it? Sorry, mate. No, it isn't.
Yeah, it is.
Are you sure?
Yeah, that's my left leg.
Oh yeah, cool. Sorry. Sorry. Oh, mine's on my right. Okay. Well, fuck. That's probably, that's not done you any favours, man. That's not the stronger of the two.
I don't know. Craig, using a fucking walking stick for years has certainly helped my triceps.
Do you know how long I was on crutches for? 18 months I was on 2 crutches for, and then 12 months 2 crutches, and then 6 months 1 crutch, so 18 months altogether.
Yeah, well, I still have to use a stick all of the time. I literally can't walk without this, so... But my wife made me an awesome walking stick, so hey, well, 2 of them actually.
It's pretty cool. Yeah, no, look, I couldn't. It takes
Flamingo
me back.
Ergup says legs are overrated. Yeah, mate, you ain't wrong.
No, but that pain, people don't get it, Craig. That pain, all it made me want to do was sleep, but I couldn't sleep, eat.
No, I know that, mate. The pain is fucking soul destroying. You're right. It's horrible.
And then you get to the exhaustion point where you might get a couple of hours where you might be able to eat.
It's not proper sleep. Like, it's horrible. And that's been my problem lately. I've not been sleeping, and it's been affecting my mental health and stuff. So yeah, it's been hard. But talks like this with you help me, because it makes me happy.
I don't know what. Yeah, that's what. Honestly, I was so tired. I was, you know what I'm like. I was gonna fucking send a moody text or just not bother at all. But I thought, no, I can't do that to Craig. I wouldn't do that to you now. But cause I knew it. Like, it does take your mind off it just for a minute. If you just get involved in something else, it does. Like, if you can't really think about 2 things at once, even if it's just the mental health side of it, obviously the pain's still there.
Yeah.
But yeah. I can't think of anything to suggest to get rid of the pain, because there
is no getting away from it. There is nothing that gets rid of the pain. I can try and mask it with pills and stuff, but it's not really getting rid of the pain, and I'm not myself, you know?
No, that's just a plaster over a fucking artery cut. It's not going to work. It might, as you say, work for 5 minutes, but then it makes you sort of messed up in other areas. It's not a solution.
Yeah. RPOW says heroin,
and they don't really work. No, like even that would stop working after a few weeks. It would, maybe months. You might get a couple of months run out of it, and then you got even worse. Don't do that. Don't do that.
No. All right, buddy. Well, get your thoughts down for me. And when do you want to? We'll get it booked in. When do you want to talk next? Are you free Monday?
Maybe Monday, maybe Wednesday. I'd pencil me in for Monday, but I could probably...
Yeah, Wednesday I'm already booked. I've got a debate against F. World, so Monday would be great if you're free then.
All right, I'll see what I can do. Yeah, I won't... I haven't really got anything to do or anything, but, like, it just depends how tired I am. And I'll make a big effort, man. I'll make a big effort, sort of like... And it depends on the other people in the house as well, because it's Monday and it's a school night, as we used to say. When I was a square and had a job and all, like a proper 9 to 5 job.
We can always do it a little bit earlier, like say start at 9 o'clock or something if you want.
Yeah, we could do something like that. Yeah, I'm not going to promise it now, but pencil me in and I'll try not to be a moody git and I'll try and be more sociable, because that's the other thing. All this has made me so antisocial. I don't talk to anyone. I don't go on dates. I don't do anything other than
we're going to fix all that.
Conspiracy stuff.
Dude, you need to come up and have a beer with me up in Scotland, like.
I've never been to Scotland. I think the furthest I've been is Runcorn.
Mate,
Liverpool.
Scotland's beautiful. It's amazing up here. You know what? And you would be absolutely welcome to come and crash at my house for a few days. No worries.
I'd love Scotland. I'd love fishing. I've got all my fishing stuff. Like, there's some lovely places in Scotland. So, like, not even to fish, just to walk or like go and just chill by the river, or like whatever, man. Some cool stuff to do.
I want to help you realize that Flat Earth's not real, and I know you've said that it's caused issues with your relationships with your family and stuff, and I'd like to be able to help you with that if I can, mate.
We'll see. Like,
you're a good guy, and you don't deserve what the Flat Earth cult has done to you. Okay.
True. All right. Well, on that note,
all right, mate. Well, you take it easy, and go and get some sleep. I will speak to you soon, and thank you very much for being open-minded. I really appreciate it.
No, that's cool. Right, you might have to kick me off. Otherwise,
I'll just kick you out. Piss off, you idiot. Go on. See you later.
Cheers, mate. Bye.
It's going to happen, guys. It's getting closer and closer. He is just being stubborn, right? That's all this is. He is being stubborn, and he won't let go. Right? Yeah, Mighty Chicken sounds about right. Yeah, now, do you guys agree with me that he is just being stubborn? He's been sucked in by the flat Earth, and he is being stubborn. If we can get rid of that, that's it, right? He is accepting of the globe. He is willing to listen to my answers. Maybe not about conspiracy stuff about like the Rothschilds and that. That seems fucking ingrained. But he's genuinely willing to listen to my responses and answers about the globe. And maybe that's all we fucking need. And he's going to get there. I think next time we get on someone like Rachie or STST or Ranty or something. Yeah. Austin, he's not part of the Flat Earth community. If anything, the Flat Earth has made him lose the community he had. So, yeah, Icy Spin, I'm not letting him go. I am not letting Fax go. I'm going to save him. Simple as that. Well, guys, thank you very much for being here tonight. Thank you very much for the support. Kathleen Navarian, thank you incredibly for the 50 memberships. And Walter, thank you for the 21 memberships and all the super chats. Everyone that super chatted and supported and just being here watching, it absolutely means the world to me. Paz, no, he's not part of the Flat Earth community, so it really can't be that. Zettabyte Hero, $5 says cheers. No, cheers to you. Thank you very much. Honestly, you guys make this worthwhile. I love you guys so much. I love you so much that I'm going to, hurt you by making you listen to me rap.
Can we pretend that airplanes in the night sky are like shooting stars? Should be wishing for a brain right now, brain right now, brain right now.
Good morning. These words come with a storm warning. Better batten down the hatches, grab some matches and brace yourself for a long day of misery. YouTube has given me the power to reach up into the sky and show you all that we live on the ball. I bring you science that's comprehensible. Your view is indefensible. You're reprehensible. Go on, Mr. Sensible. When I was young, I never thought I would be here to see this. A pile of random nonsense dressed up as bullshit. Your ignorance will be the death of us all, like running head first full speed into a wall. You could always read a book, buy a telescope, set it up and take a photo of the moon, or just be a buffoon. I send you in a balloon up to the stratosphere on page 3.
You're a few fries short of a happy meal. You're dumber than a box of hair. The wheel's spinning but the hamster's dead, and you're as smart as bait. You forgot to pay your brain bill. You're missing a few buttons on the remote control. 24 cents short of a quarter. You're surfing in Nebraska. You're as bright as Alaska in December, and you fell out of your family tree. You don't have all the cornflakes in one box. You got an IQ of 2 and it takes 3 to grunt. The elevator doesn't go all the way up, and there's a vacancy on the top floor. Your antenna doesn't pick up all the channels. You're several nuts short of a
You're Mr.
fruitcake.
Sensible, calm down, don't go too hard. You don't need to have Siberian Flerfs in your backyard. You're a man of science, poise and grace. Mage 2 did everything to wipe the grins off the face. So Nathan, get away from those kids. The world is not flat and it doesn't have a lid. Recognize the differences between the textbook and the Bible and control yourself. Lay off your slander and your lies. You're a bunch of knobs poisoning the well of the youth, spreading lies that you like to claim as knowledge and truth. Stop spreading fresh bullshit like the butter on your bread. Maybe your musical assault will knock some sense into your head. I hope one day you'll hear these lyrics and smile, and you realise you used to be a 40-year-old child. Now it's time to wake up, open your eyes and see, and acknowledge the existence of.
You're a few clowns short of a circus. Your phone is off the hook. Your sewing machine is out of thread. You're all foam and no beer. You don't have all your dogs on one leash. An intellect rivaled only by garden tools. There's no grain in your silo, and your skylight leaks a little. Your belt doesn't go through all the loops. You couldn't pour water out of a boot without instructions on the heel. Your slinky's kinked, and you're proof that evolution can work in reverse. A few feathers short of a whole duck, one fruit short of a full bowl.
Airplanes in the night sky are like shooting stars. Should be wishing for a brain right now, brain right now, brain right now. Can we pretend that airplanes in the night sky are like shooting stars? Should be wishing for a brain right now, brain right now, brain right now.
You thought it was over? Well, I'm still standing while you're swinging, flinging feces, talking shit just like the human centipede. You got the mind of a chimp, and I'm here to expedite your shore leave. Cause I'm a seaman, but not the kind I rit up when your mum's gums. I'm the kind that sailed submarines and fired guns. I could float a boat across the ocean with my eyes closed, circumnavigate the globe with a compass and a bag of sausage rolls. Well, all you can do is nibble on your toes. I'll smack you with the hose that you call the water level. Sit and swivel, you nasal gazing muppet. You can stuff it harder than the wallet stuffed by Warren Buffett. And I don't care about your sauces unless you're serving them, and I don't care about your lines unless you're curving them. Now step away from me, you're sucking up my oxygen with the vacuum where your brain should be, you dumb fuck. Thank you everyone for watching. This has been an amazing show. We will save facts. Sumi Tomato $2 says, no crump in this one. No, this was not a dumpster fire. Not tonight. Thank you everyone for watching very much. I will be back tomorrow with a debate against Nathan Erickson, because I guess I hate myself and I want to give myself brain damage or something. I'm not sure. But you know, we'll get there. We will stop the flat Earth one day, or maybe Elon Musk will. I'm not entirely sure. Remember, stupidity is not a right. Fight the flat Earth. Fight the flat. 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 Fight the flat.
Hi, my name's Nathan Oakley, and I have been lying to
people about the Earth being flat for a lot of years, I did this to hide the fact I have a small penis.
I'm a dumb flat earther, and I don't understand science.
Level, 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 level.